Hello, everybody. It's your boy Justin. Welcome to part 2 of our Godzilla double feature. Right now, we're reviewing Godzilla vs. Destroyah, which is 1995 sci-fi kaiju movie. It's an hour and 43 minutes. Directed by Takao Okiwara, who directed a lot of the 90s Godzilla movies. He even did the Godzilla remake, Godzilla 2000. The movie stars Megumi Odaka as Miki Sugusa, who was in the last movie we reviewed. You got Momoko Iochi as Imoko Yamane, who was in the first movie, and the actors playing her niece and nephew are Yoko Shina as Yukari Yamane, and Yasufumi Hayashi as Kenichi Yamanane, and Takuro Tatsumi as Dr. Kensaku Ijen. So the story for this movie is it's pretty much a direct sequel from the last movie. What happened is like off screen, a nuclear explosion went off on Godzilla's island, where him and his offspring Godzilla Jr. was living, which they call him Godzilla Jr. in this one. In the first one, it was just Little Godzilla, but here, Little Godzilla is grown up. And what ends up happening is the island gets destroyed, and Godzilla is now burning red hot, just like in the Shin Godzilla movie. This movie has a lot of similarities with Shin Godzilla, which makes me wonder if Shin Godzilla was inspired by this movie, which I'm starting to think it was. Yeah, so like Godzilla in this movie is burning red hot. Even his dorsal fins are glowing red, and he's going on a rampage, attacking everything. And like the scientists at G-Force recruit Kenichi Yamana, who's like the nephew of some scientists, who's kind of like considered like kind of a not a college dropout, but like people like he wasn't that he wasn't considered like like great A plus like student, right? But he came up with a science report about like Godzilla's nuclear reactor, and like Godzilla's heart acts as like a nuclear reactor, right? So Godzilla is overloading with nuclear power, and if our characters kill him, they will physically, if they do physical attacks on him, Godzilla will explode and it will destroy the entire planet. While that's going on, you have Kenichi Yamana's sister, who's doing a report on this guy, this scientist, Dr. Kensaku Ijen, who is working on this new invention of his called, I think it was called microbe oxygen, which is very similar to the oxygen weapon from the first movie, which the reporter Yukari accuses him like, hey, this your new invention could be used as a devastating weapon, right? And he's like, but yeah, but like you can use almost any. The guy's reaction is like, you can use almost anything as a weapon. So he gets to know the scientist after talking with her aunt. Tries to convince him not to continue his research. While that's going on, Godzilla is rampaging, and they're trying to figure out a way to stop Godzilla. Right? They want to resurrect the Oxygen Destroyer, which was the weapon they made in the first Godzilla movie to kill Godzilla. While that's going on, Dr. Kensaku Ichen is taking soil samples and discovers a life form from the prehistoric era that can live without oxygen, and that life form grows and becomes Destroyah, right? But before that happens, you get this cool like alien aliens like scene where like you have where like 10-foot monsters, reptile slash insect like monsters, kind of reminiscent of the alien from Aliens. Go are rampaging in this like warehouse. The Japanese special forces go in with like motion sensors and like variety of different guns, even flamethrowers, right? Which all the tiny all the tiny destroyers, after they develop like a freezing weapon, which is there's this cool scene where you see all these different tanks and stuff fighting the like a legion of these Destroyah monsters, which looked kind of fake-ish because they're using models and like that basically look like toys and shit. But like I thought it looks cool. Like after they started to win against the destroyers with their freezing weapon, they all form a giant destroyer, right? But while that's happening, like they're fighting Godzilla, and while they're trying to find a way to defeat Godzilla without setting off his nuclear reactor, it turns out the army was working on a secret weapon called Super X3, which is this jet that uses freezer lasers and freezer missiles and shit, which attacks Godzilla. Which the Super X3 kind of reminded me of the Blackbird from X-Men. If you ever seen the X-Men cartoon, which I had like a really shitty like Blackbird McDonald's toy, which was like a chunky like small version of the Blackbird. That's what the Super X3 looked like in this movie. Which it just looked like a fat like Blackbird. Which I think Blackbird was what they called the jet, the X-Men jet, wasn't it? I can't remember. Yeah, but apparently all like their freezer weapons does defeat Godzilla for a while, but Godzilla starts like acting up again. So like they come up with a plan. Well, the Destroyer for some reason uses like range attacks that are very similar to the Oxygen Destroyer, which is what they wanted to use to kill Godzilla in the first place. So they just have the Destroyer fight Godzilla at the end of the movie, and the Super X3 is in support to like finish off whoever's left standing, right? I don't want to spoil too much in the movie. So obviously, I very much enjoyed this movie. It reminded me a lot of the Shin Godzilla, and there was the cool elements from Aliens in this movie. This is like one of the first Godzilla movies I've seen in a while that had horror elements in there. Which, the first Godzilla movie was supposed to be a horror movie, but as the Godzilla movies went along, they became more like fun action, movies. Kind of like how the first Fast and Furious movie was a serious movie, action movie, and then it turned into like batshit insane bullshit, where they're performing heists with like cars, dropping them, like fucking doing halo jumps of cars from the sky. It's like, what the fuck? God damn it, fucking like I swear to God, that's why I stopped watching the Fast and Furious movies after the third one, which is Tokyo Drift is still the best one in my opinion. I don't give a shit about the new movies. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. You know what sucks is that I watch pretty much all the modern Godzilla movies I own. So it's like the only Godzilla movies I have left are from the like 50s, 60s, and 70s. So I don't know. I think I have like one cool Godzilla movie left to review, and then we're going to have to watch the newer ones, and then some and go back to watching the 50s and 60s ones, you know. Which some of them I already watched, but you know it'll be kind of fun to rewatch them again. All right. So yeah, next week or sorry, this week I definitely gonna review um, the new Godzilla movie and King of Monsters. All right, guys, that's all I have to say for this review. Later.